right, the wind is blowing. I got the window down a little bit. I should roll this one up. Not such noise. I got the other one open. I am in the Silver Slipper, the 2001 Volkswagen Golf. The problem is I just slapped the camera up and the window angle's different than the Digibug, so I got to work on that. So you're just seeing my head. I'm like max headroom. And Franny's over here hogging the screen. Yeah, I know you're hot. Yes, it's a hot day. It's supposed to cool off though. That's good. Oh yeah, by the way, today is Tuesday. Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. And here we go on the road in the Gulf. A hole-in-one, baby. A hole-in-one. Hey, we've got the little lull in the crypto markets, which is kind of normal. I mean, when you look at that long-term Wall Street cheat sheet chart, you know, the long cycles, it looks like we might be in that bear trap area, to where everybody thinks, oh my gosh, it's probably not going to go up. It's all a bunch of BS. Litecoin just got its ETF, you know, postponed again. So basically with Litecoin is these ETFs that several funds, I'm sorry if it's too loud, I'm still working out the kinks here in the Silver Slipper. I call it a Silver Slipper because it's like I said, a 2001 Volkswagen Golf. And if you see those from a profile, it kind of looks like a shoe. It looks like a little slipper, and it's silver. You know, there's always a happy ending. Just got to make it that way. No matter how hard people try to make it into a tragedy, it can always be a happy ending. All right, so yeah, the Litecoin ETFs, they're supposed to roll out. The deadline's in October for several of these ETFs, so the decision has to be made. I will be shocked if Litecoin does not get an ETF by then. So it just prolongs the market a little bit. Litecoin made some good moves. It was looking like it was wanting to bust out, and that's what I anticipate in the final cycle of this bull run, is that Litecoin will be the big mover. It will shock a lot of people. It will take its reign as truly sound money for the digital age, and people will finally be aware of that, even though I've been talking about it for years. You know, I'm usually right. I'm just like way behind, or way ahead. Yeah, not always right, but the thing is, you know, I can learn from my mistakes and move on. I am the person I am because of the flaws and the mistakes that I have made in the past. Like I said, no regrets. Everything's a learning tool. Everything's a learning experience here to teach you about life, to teach you how to, you know, not necessarily be a better person, but to cultivate your soul. Franny, I can't see. Star of the show, Franny. Yeah, speaking about that, no matter what you do in life, no matter who, I should say this, you might think that you can get away with stuff. You might think that you can treat people badly. You might lie, you might cheat, you might steal. But what happens is eventually, there's that Johnny Cash song, you can run along for a long time, sooner or later God will cut you down. And there are karmic consequences to everything. Now you might think, oh man, you know, you pick up, I don't know, you find a wallet. It's got 20 bucks in it. Has a license in it, or has an identification in it. Or you found it in a specific place that you know people were, and you think, rather than asking the people who were there, hey, did you lose a wallet? But, you know, not say 20 bucks, but they say, yeah, 20 bucks in it. And rather than doing that, you take the $20. Now, you can take the $20, but that right there is bad karma money. You got bad karma attached to it, and that will come back to you. There is that boomerang effect. What you put out in the universe will come back to you. No matter what you do, you might think that, oh yeah, nobody's gonna notice, it'll be fine. It doesn't matter. Nobody might notice. You might get away with it, but there are karmic consequences. Oh shoot. See, I'm learning the ropes here. The freaking, I just hit the mirror and moved it. Franny, you're really a distraction right now. Just calm down. And we got some mail. All right, we don't need that. All right, back on the road. So yeah, there are karmic, nope. This is me all day long. You know, constantly, you know, moving stuff around in the middle of everything. A dog, look, a dog. Look at the dog. No, you don't care. Yeah, Franny does. Look at this. Look at this. This is me. All these women constantly getting in my way. Anyway, yeah, there are karmic consequences to everything. There really are. You might think that, oh yeah, it's going to be fine. I'm never going to get caught. But I'm telling you, the universe will work itself out. And if it doesn't happen in this lifetime, it's going to be attached to your soul, baby, and you're going to have to deal with that in another life. So you might be wondering, well, why do I have all these problems? Why don't things go right for me? Maybe you got a lot of karmic debt to pay. And you know what? What better time to do it than now? Why wait till later? I got some nice cars. Why wait till later? I mean, because you're going to keep doing it until you get it figured out. I really think that. And so when you struggle, it's actually a good thing. You know, when you come to grips with, you know, pain, I think pain is a necessary thing because it helps you to burn away that old self. Listen, you got two selves and they're both battling each other. One of them's got to die. That's kind of how it is. Now you can kill that old self off, the one that, you know, wasn't such a nice person, didn't know any better, you know, made some mistakes. And as you go through life, you learn a lot of things, and you should, you know, change and, you know, make adjustments. And so that new self has to kill off the old self in order to move on. You gotta, at some point, come to an awareness, an awakening, a looking in the mirror moment to where, do I want to be this person? Is this the person I am? Is this the soul that I came with? Because, you know, there's a purity to the soul in a lot of ways. It's just that there are so many things that happen in this life, so many distractions, no, it's chickens. So many influences. And, you know, it's hard not to be influenced by things. Not always good. But you really have to have that great awakening moment, that epiphany moment, that moment of clarity. To where, and that's why they go on vision quests, you know, to go out and, you know, purify yourself, to seek clarity. And it changes you. It changes you. You reattach, you know, you reconnect with the source, you reconnect with nature, it's all the same. You reconnect with all that stuff, and then you just have that moment of clarity to where it's like, okay, none of this matters. Burn it all away, peel it all away like a snake shedding its skin, and you're reborn. A metamorphosis, if you may, is where you've got the caterpillar that crawled around on the earth and climbed up trees and just, you know, is always touching things. And Franny, you're killing me here. Where you're connected to the ground and connected to things. You know, you're touching it. You know, it's got legs, and so that's what you do. And so the key is, I guess I was gonna mow, but not now. Mitch took the mower, and that's all right. I'll just do it later, or I'll do it tomorrow. What difference at this point does it make? It really doesn't matter, because grass is gonna be there tomorrow. It's gonna need mowed tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna rain, so that's a good thing. Take the hat off. Woo! Hair is all askew. Put the glasses down here because we don't want those getting too hot. So yeah, you've got to have that awakening, that awareness moment of who am I? Who am I? I'm trying to readjust here. Yeah, the hair's all messed up in the hat. What am I here for? What is my purpose? What is my soul path? What is my mission statement? You know, what is it that I brought to this world? And you think about the innocence of childhood and the dreams that you had. You know, we spend our lives like the Great Gatsby, you know. So we beat on boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. We look to the past for answers. And we look to it for the innocence of childhood and all of that magic that we had with us, all of the dreams, the hopes. You know, I can do this. You know, I used to want to be a politician. I thought, you know, one day I'm going to be president. I'm going to change things. And one day I woke up and said, you know, that's not the answer. I'm not going to change anything. The system's so big. So what can I do? How can I affect change? I can affect change with the people around me. I can affect change in myself. So you got to get yourself right before you can start radiating that light and affecting other people. So you got to take a hard look at yourself. You really got to look in the mirror. You really got to look deep inside of yourself and understand who you are. So many people don't understand who they are, why they are here. What is your path? What is your journey? You need to start looking at that. I've looked at that, and more so in the last, I don't know, this year, let's just say. I've been on that vision quest, that journey, to where I've transformed a lot of things in my life for the good. And it's painful in a lot of ways, and you burn that old self away. But that old self was just a heap of the world that influenced your soul in a way that did not resonate with your soul and the spirit of who you are. And so coming back to that, returning to that purity, having that clarity and understanding why you were here, all those hopes and dreams of childhood, that you envision the world and how you wanted it to be. What's stopping you from continuing that in adulthood? Well, there are a lot of baggage that gets attached to you, a lot of anchors, a lot of, like I said, influences that don't necessarily match up and parallel exactly who you are. And so anything that's hindering you from being who you are and what your purpose is in this life, because there is a purpose. You came here for a reason. Anything that gets in the way of that is an anchor to that, as painful as it may be, you got to cut it loose. I mean, you've got to fulfill your path and your journey. Just how it is. And you just can't have the burden of regret. You just can't. When you know, you know. There's a knowing that we all have inside of us, a certain level of peace. And when we're not at peace, we're probably not fulfilling that mission, fulfilling that journey and being the soul that you are on this earth. That's what we're here for. We're here to affect change. We're here to learn. We're here to do things that are beautiful, that are full of truth, that resonate with our soul. All of those ethereal things, those eternal things, those cosmic things that is us. And when you start resonating with it, everything changes, you become at peace, and you realize that some things don't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Things you used to worry about all the time, they become insignificant things, even though they were very large things that caused you great strife, that caused you great anguish. But they become very small things, and they don't really matter anymore, because you're on this cosmic journey, to reconnect with the source. And that's what we're here for, I think, to reconnect, to learn those lessons here in the midst of all of this heap of flesh and all of these things that are attached to you, all of it. You peel it away, you burn it away sometimes, very quickly, just burn it, gone, and you're transformed. You become that caterpillar. You go through that metamorphosis. Some people don't do that. They live a life of quiet desperation, and that is not a good thing, because you are not aligned with who you are, with yourself, with your soul. So give that some thought. And realize everything that you put out, you will get back. So you'll get some good karma, you'll get some bad karma. It's really up to you to make the choice to do the right thing. It's up to you to do the right thing. You can make it a happy ending, or you can turn it into a tragedy. It's up to you. All right, I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's Tuesday. Man, this week's gone slow, just in 2 days, but it'll start accelerating, I'm sure. Oh my gosh, the heat. Yeah, I need to get out and, as soon as Mitch gets done, maybe mow some grass and get a little tan and get that vitamin D going. You gotta love the sun. Good for you. No suntan lotion for me, baby. All natural. All right, have a wonderful day. Trust yourself. You've got a mission. You've got a mission to fulfill. You've got a path that you need to walk. Look inside, resonate with yourself, and understand what that path is. And cut those anchors, pull away, burn that dead flesh off, and get reborn. It's scary, but it's necessary. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.